Welcome to PRESSWOOD Comics, and I am Cody Presswood here with my brother Aaron Presswood. And today we are reviewing Spawn 300. Aaron, what do you think about this here cover art?
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff? Do you like the art inside?
Well, it's a mixed bag inside.
It is a mixed bag.
It's like 4 different comics put into one.
Yeah. It's a big comic, no ads. At least not in the pages. Yeah, it's split into different sections, and they all have their own art style. But we actually start out in, what is it, Alabama?
It's in the South.
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
It's not the South.
It's South-like.
But they're the South.
It's countrified.
Yeah, so you basically have a family, like, gathering.
Spawn's power's running out, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good old 4-7. And yeah, family reunion, but these two, you know, they're kind of their own punk style. Family
They're
kind of
complaining about their lives, and then, you know, one's a young millennial with his girl, and then her uncle gives him crap about the way he looks because he just doesn't understand the millennial types.
Yeah.
You're a millennial, Cody. I'm like the oldest millennial you can be.
And no one understands us.
I think it's just like it gets that way when people get older.
It is.
They just forget about what it was like being young.
They just concede to what everyone else told them what to do.
What to do instead of think for themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a disagreement, so they drive off, and then...
And then all of a sudden, murder.
Like the whole
death,
family.
The whole family gets it. And it looks like it's them because he got mad.
Yeah, and he also kills the uncle and carves barbecue in him. But then you see that they actually just went out to get married.
Get married to piss people off.
Yeah,
they really come innocent, honestly.
Yeah, they come home to find this, and then there's the killer, the little girl,
and now she's gonna kill them.
Yeah.
And then we go to news about all kind of crazy murder and awfulness happening at a record scale, and the economy going to the crapper, and then you have liberal news, and then at the end you have conservative news, a big slant on everything, just like real life.
Yep. And that was all just a prelude for...
A prelude, yes.
What's all gonna...
How do you say that? Prelude or prelude?
I don't know.
I don't know, they're just words.
All words are
Reviews are just words.
But, yeah, that was basically just telling you that the world is going to crap because heaven and hell are after Spawn.
Trying to take him out, trying to get the costume, trying to piss him off by just being like, if we can't have it, you ain't having it.
Yeah, and because
the battle's been going on for 300 comics, guys.
Yeah, for like 20 years, 27 years.
And Cody's only familiar with the TV show.
I saw the movie.
And the movie has not a lot like the comics. It's a little bit.
It wasn't a bad movie.
No, but it should have been rated R and it was PG-13. Doesn't matter.
True, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
yes, it does matter.
But that's just telling you that everything's going to crap. So their story actually ends there. I'm assuming the little girl kills them. And then you see what Spawn really looks like. Is all melted fleshy form, and that's a guy he captured, Mark. And then he can also have his human form back now, which he shows right there briefly. And then you see his awesome uniform or costume, which I've always liked, and they refer to as a symbiote.
Symbiote.
So it's an awesome costume. And he is going to fight.
Let's go ahead and run up to the fight.
Yeah, so what I will show you, this is a cool little stalker scene.
Look at that.
I always like how the art on Spawn looks.
Todd McFARLANE, he just has great style, period.
Yeah, but he finds this warehouse where he knows a lot of his enemies are. Then he goes in and he's like, the warehouse is empty. And then this guy comes out and he's like, boom, trap. Here's a whole bunch of light on you. He gets super weak. The guy kind of walks up and says he's a mixture between a demon and a vampire. Just like Spawn, I guess. That's what he said. And
he's like, you've never been as effective in the light.
Yeah, and he's got a dark shield around him because the same is true for the bad guy.
That's very Todd McFarlane being like, he's a little like Batman.
Yeah. And you actually see that from the original Spawn comics, he's got the same tattoo as the clown guy.
Violator.
Yeah, Violator. And then he's also teamed up with an Old Testament angel. So there you have the heaven and hell team up. They're not doing their jobs anymore, and that's why the world's going to crap. And basically, he's like, I control you. I control your.
All of this is he's almost completely out of power. Look at that next. Go to the next page.
Yeah, he's like.
Look at that power source. Go to the next page. He's almost done.
Yeah, but he's pretty much the big guy's like, I control your suit, chained up, and he's like, you don't control anything. And he's like, oh yeah, and then he's like, oh my god, you are the Violator. Bum, bum, bum.
That looks beautiful, guys.
Super Violator.
So
yep.
Awesome.
And this is what separates the chapters, by the way, is the time clock ticking down. The Violator just rips the symbiote off of him piece by piece. It's super painful. That's what they came for. The warehouse had a bunch of it, like chemical poisons in it too, that were just kind of scattered around in barrels because they're gonna try to kill all of humanity that way.
Yeah.
And then, yep, they leave him with no suit. He just sits there, and then he's like, I'm gonna blow up everything. So Spawn kind of detonates a spark off of himself.
With his last remaining bit of power.
Blows up everything, and they're like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool, because we're friends. And then he's like, what? Why didn't you die? And then
He's
you see
like,
Spawn's
you just
eyes.
don't get it.
Yeah, you got
this is so cool.
You got a really awesome scene of Spawn coming out of the fire in human form.
And we don't want to give it. Do we want to give it away? I don't think we should give it away. Let's go ahead and skip it. It's so cool. Buy this comic. Like I want you to see that for
save
yourself.
It for the review.
Yeah. For the reader. But it's so cool. If you like Spawn at all,
save it for the aftermath. But you do have.
Yeah.
Bum,
He's down to
one. That's every time he dies, right?
When he uses his power.
Okay.
Whenever he uses his
Then
power.
you have the second chapter, Redemption, and that's his
this
friend.
One is more of a little side.
It's actually
that happened before.
Yeah, it's something he's
3 hours before.
It's part of his plan. So he grabs this angel, sends him to like a pocket dimension or something where nothing can get to them. They're completely alone. Then you have this
God
awesome
and the
shot.
devil don't know what's happening when they're here.
Yeah, he can truly be alone. And there's that awesome shot, and his armor looks amazing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and he's called. Is he the Redeemer? That's what he's called, right? The angel. Pretty sure it's Redeemer.
Oh well. If we want to give it away, we know what he becomes.
Well, we know what he becomes, but I'm saying right now he's the Redeemer. And they have this little chit chat.
He's an angel for God. And basically Spawn's like, God's not that great. Heaven and hell, we're just picking sides. And the devil does awful things and God does awful things. You're really not much better than me.
Yeah.
That's what the gist of it is.
And that's actually his friend, his human friend that he had.
Yes, his human friend that he had. That I think it married his wife.
Yeah, his best friend.
And then Wanda died.
Yeah.
This is 300. We can say this stuff. And then Wanda died.
Mm-hmm.
His beloved wife.
And it wasn't his best friend just being like, oh, finally he's dead. That's my wife.
No,
He's
that was years. And they fell in love. No, he was a good best friend.
And he and Spawn, after coming back, was like, I accept this. After really thinking about it.
He was gone for years. This wasn't like a Rick Grimes wife where she's on another dude in like 3 days after him.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he accepts it. He didn't hold any hard feelings for him or anything. But that's what apparently became the Redeemer. And then he's talking about like, I put a seed inside of you. Now you have to choose to be a slave or have free will. Or did I waste that seed? And then you see a little spark seed. And then you see nothing because you're going to have to buy it. It's pretty cool though. It's really cool what McFarlane does with that character. Then you have once again a different art style in a different chapter. Lost and Found.
Let's skip over that one.
This is his story, hostage story. He runs around. Quite a bit happens in here actually.
Yeah, I know.
Spawn's actually been planting seeds.
Yeah.
And deceased bodies, which he can do, and they're coming back to life. You have Hell teaming up looking for him, and then they get kind of decimated. And I'm not sure who this guy is, but apparently he's the people who's come back. Them, the ape, and that guy, which might be old villains of Spawn actually. Then you have him. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is? We'll have to see who that is, but he looks really cool. Then we go on to the second to last chapter, Omens. And you've got good old, what's her name? Jessica Priest. And she's going for basically a distress call for a friend. She goes in and finds her friend is in not the great condition, but her friend also has a power, especially like a witch or something like that. And Jessica finds their room of like a lot of weapons and relics, and she realizes that's not what the people who killed Nyx was after.
It wasn't her magic, it was her knowledge.
It was her knowledge, and the knowledge of Spawn. And so...
I don't want to give this away.
Thanks.
There's so much happens. All these chapters are setting up the next 300 issues.
Yeah.
They really are. It's
And
really
so-
quite awesome.
Yeah. And basically, Nyx, her friend, put a scapegoat in there.
Mm-hmm.
A revival amulet.
Yep.
But it doesn't revive her. It makes
makes
Jessica
her
see
see
all of
all-
Spawn. All 20-something years.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't want to give it away, so let's move on.
Well, we'll show this. This is it. This is the ending. This is the last page we can show.
Oh, yeah, we got to show this one.
So you have, boom, you see
at
all of
that.
Spawn's memories.
Like
Is what she's
everything
saying.
about everything, basically.
Yeah, and there's Wanda.
Super knowledge.
Boom, 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 boom. 2 different versions of
And
Violator.
then
Got the 8 from earlier.
awesomeness. That's a shirt. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really
It's
awesome.
great art.
Oh, and there's his friend the Redeemer flying. So it starts with Spawn and then it goes
Yeah,
all
it's so
to
cool.
his memories.
So cool.
And then you have the little kind of
Yeah, we
tiny
can't give
chapter.
anything that away. Okay, I want you to, how much time? Read some of that.
The last chapter is called Prophecies, by the way.
Okay, go ahead.
And then you have, I have to hold it up, Spawning Ground. It's basically Todd McFarlane saying that he started when he was 16, that he forced himself to be a comic book artist. And in the premise of the book he created in 1977 actually became Spawn in 1992.
Yeah, hold on. What I wanted to say something real quick. Go ahead. We're done.
27 years, by the way. 300 issues. Congratulations, Todd.
He's gonna have the longest running, creator-made comic ever on Spawn number 301.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and judge it.
Which one should I get? Should I get the one that looks old school or new school?
New school. Flip it.
Why?
We're running out of time, dude. Come on.
Alright, give you a grade.
I'm gonna give this grade an A-. Another great comic. Good all around. Set everything up. I enjoyed it. It was action-packed. It was cool. The dialogue was fun. And introduced some really crazy characters that are going to come. And all in all, good.
Yep.
Good to great.
I agree. I'm actually going to start following it now. Not
You
that
liked it that much?
Not that I didn't like it before. I just
Yeah.
never got into it. There's a lot to catch up on, obviously.
Absolutely.
But this variant cover,
Mhm.
the ending of this represents this variant cover,
Yeah.
which I really liked. I thought it was cool. And so I'm going to give it a solid A.
Can you imagine having a comic book that you have drawn a lot, but you've written every script? He's
Yeah.
written every script. Can you imagine 300?
Must love it.
Yeah.
But congrats, Todd. It's an awesome achievement.
Yes. Congrats, Mr. McFarlane.
Yeah.
Good job. Keep up the great work. You're a hero of mine. It was an honor to read your 300th.
And we'll have a little bit of a special of that for the 301.
Yeah.
Good month for comics. So far, I've actually more A's than we've ever gotten.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to end it with In Brightest Day and Blackest Night. Like, comment, and subscribe with all your might. And hit the notifications bell.
Spawn 300!